Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Utah Homes HQ on YouTube. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button and any other buttons that you're directed to push. Are there other ones? Like, subscribe, opine. If you have a comment, let us know. Uh, Today, we're just going to talk briefly about something that's been coming up a lot more lately in the real estate industry, and that is fraud.
Big time. This could be very disastrous for, of course, any real estate transaction, but somebody's financial future
Yeah.
could be wiped out. So it's not something to be afraid of. It's something to be aware of and understand that real estate professionals, you got realtors, especially title officers, lenders. We're all trying our best to look out for you, but there are some safeguards. And BJ's got a fantastic circumstance that just happened recently to help protect clients. But the reason this popped up is recently, bouncing around the internet, I saw this interesting article about a man up in Canada who was renting a home and decided he wanted to have more money in his pocketbook, I guess, and he impersonated the owner of the property and I guess did a cash out refinance.
Yeah.
Um, I will say this: mortgage fraud seems particularly difficult to get away with.
It does. You eventually are caught.
There's such a paper trail involved.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very, very sticky. So, were I to want to commit fraud, I don't think it would be mortgage fraud.
Right. They eventually get caught.
And I've always wondered because we've had stories locally, obviously nationally, across the country. This was a big problem back in '07, '06.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a significant problem, I guess. But
Yeah, because in that scenario, renter takes out money on the house. At some point, some additional documentation has got to show up
right,
to the actual homeowner that's
the
going to make him go, wait a minute.
yes, um, yeah, there were a lot of things that I think were missed but it got through. And I think that's what these people that are trying to commit fraud,
Uh huh.
voter fraud, whatever, they just, hey, 1% of the time it works, it's a good payout. And so
Yeah.
they're okay to fail. They've accepted failure, knowing that they may get that one big hit. But I think our title company makes part of their system is when PR, a property profile, is pulled up on the property, they notify the owner. Say, hey, we've pulled this report on your property.
Yeah.
Because if they, in fact, are not initiating a transaction, they can say, well, wait a minute, what?
I don't want you doing that.
I don't
Yeah.
want you doing that. What's going on? And so, which is an important safeguard. Um, but yeah, I've never understood the attempts on mortgage fraud. We have people here locally that are in jail for doing it. I just don't know if anybody's gotten away with it. Reach out to us
Right.
and let us know how you managed to pull it off so far.
We'll protect your identity.
That would
We'll
be
just
great.
inquire in my. We'll make it a true crime
If the
story.
jury is involved. Um, so a couple things. Wanted to talk about a couple of things, and then BJ would hop into your story. So we are required through our brokerage, and I think most agents would be doing this. But when
Yeah.
we enter into a real estate transaction, we have our clients read and sign a wire fraud alert disclosure and how to avoid being ripped off.
Right.
And I'm not going to go through all of that. You can, if you want a copy of this, reach out to us. We'll send it over to you. You can have one free. No big deal. Um, but with that in mind, BJ, why don't you tell us how you were able to prevent wire fraud for your clients?
I did receive an email from someone impersonating the title company who ultimately receives the money, right, for the transaction. They're the ones that handle it all. And they asked just a simple question that a title company would ask. They just said, "Hey, BJ, on this house," and it had the correct address in the subject line. I just need your buyer's emails to send them the login details for the secure portal, which title companies use this portal that's not part of email, so documents can be transferred securely. So I recognized it as being odd because the email sender was not from the title company. It was an actual person that works there, but they had just like a Comcast .net email extension. So I was like, well, that's weird. So I called the title company and I was like, hey, person, did you just send me this email asking for my client's email addresses? And she was like, no. So I forwarded it to them. I let my clients know, the mortgage lender, everybody that's involved in the transaction. Hey, there's a phishing attempt. Someone has found out that I'm the buyer's agent on this house. I don't know how, but they're trying to get more information. Don't communicate with anybody unless you know for sure who it is. And one of the biggest things, right, is what would have potentially happened is they get my clients' emails and then eventually give them instructions on where to wire their down payment funds. And on this particular property, the down payment is in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. And they could have given them an account that was wrong. They wire those funds and then it's gone. Right? That's the fraud that people can get away with because there's not great methods to track that money. Yeah, it could be in a Swiss bank account or in somewhere in the Cayman Islands.
They break it up. I've heard that they get broken up into lots of tiny bits, and it's just impossible to track
It's
once
yeah,
it leaves the country.
it's
It's a
gone.
pain in that.
Yeah.
Would be incredibly fortunate if you did.
So the solution was simply, hey, we'll go to the title company, we'll sign the documents, they'll physically hand you the wiring instructions with the correct account numbers so you can go to your bank afterward and wire it. And I'm always wary of that, having clients, I don't want them wiring any funds before we sit down at the closing table for that reason. But definitely kind of a scary thing that could have been a tragedy for those people, right?
Big time, and that's we're kind of doubling down on that and really informing. You'll see this first thing on this wire fraud notice that never trust those emails that contain wiring instructions.
Correct.
Your title company will have a copy printed out. I've heard a lot of banking institutions will ask you, "Hey, where did you get this? Why are we doing this?" They'll also try and be a
Yeah.
layer of defense as well,
Yeah.
which is quite helpful. Um, so just be aware of this. Sellers, this isn't as much of a concern. I mean, if you were upside down on a home and had to wire funds in to close it, then certainly that would be the case. But typically, sellers right now are receiving money, and the title company is pretty good at getting those instructions directly from you at the closing table and
Yeah.
then wiring that money to you. Um, there's lots of other forms of fraud as well, though. There's foreclosure fraud. This was a big thing back in '08, where third parties will try and come in. A lot of times they try and even get on title. They want to negotiate some things with your lender. Fishy things can happen. The best advice on that would be to work directly with your lender.
Yeah.
They should have some systems in place, or to utilize an attorney in that case as well, a real estate attorney. Fake owners. I've had a few past clients that own parcels of land throughout the western United States just receive these generic offers on this land that's not for sale, and they're really thrown off by that. And they'll send me the information, we determine fairly quickly that it's some type of fraud that's trying to be initiated on them.
Right.
Plus, they don't want to sell anyways. Then you've got the fake owner situation. So this has happened just in Utah, I think within the last year. It was an $850,000 transaction. It was also on vacant land. They reached out to a listing agent. Now, this is where things fell apart. Said, "Hey, I'm out of country. I need to sell this land. Will you get it listed? I want it sold quick." Went through the transaction. It fell through all of the safety nets. The listing brokerage, the title company, the transaction closed. $850,000. The actual owner of the home is complete, or the property is fine, but that was real money that got sent out. I don't know beyond that. That was just in a C class I recently took that
Yeah.
told the story. So if we ever got a call, if I got somebody that calls me and says I want to sell, and it's usually vacant land, it's a lot less sticky, right? There's no showings, it's just dirt.
Right.
Um, I'd be like, well, that's really weird. It would trigger thoughts in my mind and yours as well that something's fishy here. We're going to need to do a lot of verification
Mm-hmm.
that we're actually talking to the owner.
Yeah. The you feel so bad for the buyer in that situation that has purchased property that's then they're told, sorry, no. I wonder in that case. I mean, the title company has a title insurance policy that, but
Yeah, you
that
have to
listing agent might have some legal. Yeah,
we'll
there's probably some
try and make this fourth person
for sure.
liable. The bottom line is double check, triple check. It's out there. Um, you know, I've raised this concern, and I don't think we're done with mortgage fraud, real estate fraud, especially with AI coming down the line. It's absolutely going to be used to try
Yeah,
and intervene in much the same way and get money wired. But if you just stick with that of getting a hard copy from your escrow officer, you should be fine. You should be completely fine.
yeah. I think it is kind of just going back to old school. These things are so important.
Yep.
Do it in person.
Yep.
Uh,
The old school. Write the
yeah.
mummy to the title company.
Yes.
Saunter on over to the bank. Bring back bags of cash to the title company.
Yeah. Right.
So, anyways, these are some things that professionals such as ourselves are looking out for, to doing our best to try and protect people in these transactions. So, if you have any comments or questions, reach out to us
Yeah.
right after your likeness of brand.
Thanks, everybody.